Good morning everyone, myself Indranil Mondal, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Today I am going to present an important topic, hardness testing related to materials engineering subject. Let's start the session. First you have to know the basic introduction of hardness. One of the most simple and useful properties of metals is that of hardness. The term hardness is used to designate several qualities of a metal. Hardness may indicate resistance to abrasion, scratching, cutting or shaping. It may denote strength, stiffness, brittleness, resilience, toughness or combination of these properties. Its meaning depending upon the material and on the use to which the material is to be subjected. The hardness of a material usually implies the resistance to deformation or indentation. It is an easily measured quantity. There are three general types of hardness measurements depending upon the manner in which the test is conducted. These are scratch hardness, indentation hardness and rebound hardness. Let us discuss one by one. Scratch hardness. Scratch hardness determines scratching and abrasion ability of a metal when scratched by a standard substance. The standard substances are either minerals or files. Some minerals have been given hardness numbers from 1 to 10 on Mohs scale. The softest mineral on this scale is tuck, which diamond has the maximum hardness of 10. A fingernail has a value of about 2. Annealed copper has a value of 3 and martensite has a hardness of 7. The hardness of the metal is determined to find by trial which mineral scratch a smooth surface of the substance and which mineral can be scratched by the substance. Another method to determine the abrasion or scratch hardness is by the use of files. The material to be tested is either rubbed against a standard file or vice versa, and it is noted whether or not a visible cut is produced. A visible cut on the metal surface is produced if the hardness is lower than that of the file. The test piece does not require any preparation because the surface scale does not affect the accuracy of the test. Because of the simplicity and rapidity of the test, file testing affords a simple and routine method for control checking of hard surfaces in production. Next, indentation hardness. This is another type of hardness which is more commonly used is called indentation hardness. The method gives quantitative values and materials having even a small change in hardness can be distinguished. The hardness values often can be correlated with other properties like tensile strength, wear resistance, etc. All the indentation hardness testing methods are based on the principle of forcing a hard material called an indenter against a flat surface of the metal, whose hardness is to be measured under a fixed load. Depending upon its hardness, the metal resists deformation and finally an impression is made by the indenter on the surface of the metal. The diameter of the depth of impression determines the hardness of the material, and after the measurement it could be converted into a relative quantitative value. A large number of indentation hardness tests have been invented and used. Some of these which find wide commercial applications are Brinell, Rockwell and Vickers hardness testers. These devices of hardness measurement differ in the shapes, size and type of indenter used, the load applied and the method of measuring the diameter or depth of the impression. Next, rebound hardness. The rebound hardness is measured using a Shore oscilloscope. This hardness tester is entirely different in principle from other machines such as Brinell, Rockwell and Vickers. This test measures the rebound of a weight that is dropped onto the specimen. The machine consists essentially of an anvil or a firm rest on which the specimen is placed. A vertical glass tube about 25 cm long and a small cylindrical weight that drops through the tube onto the surface of the specimen from which it rebounds upward. A scale on the tube measures the height of the rebound. At the top of the tube is a mechanism for releasing the weight. The weight weighs 2.5 gram and is provided with a bluntly pointed diamond at the bottom. For some purposes, a hardness steel ball of 3 mm in diameter is substituted for the diamond. The effect of dropping the weight upon the specimen is to indent the specimen slightly. The harder the specimen, the less it is indented and the higher the remount. This test is subject to error is measuring the height of remount accurately. The remount hardness testing is particularly employed for hardness measurements on large workpieces or for applications in which visible or sharp impressions in the test surface cannot be tolerated. This is the basic introduction part of hardness. I am going to discuss three types of hardness test: Brinell hardness test, Rockwell hardness test and Vickers hardness test. In Brinell hardness test, a 10 mm diameter ball with a load of 500, 1000 or 3000 kg are generally used. In Rockwell hardness test, a cone shaped indenter is generally used and the depth of penetration is measured. In case of Vickers hardness test, a pyramid shaped indenter is generally used. Let us discuss one by one. Let's discuss Brinell hardness test. This test is used to determine hardness of metallic materials. This is also used to check the quality of the product, for uniformity of samples of metals, and this test is also used for uniformity of results of heat treatment. This test is not suitable for very hard or very thin materials. In this test, a standard hardened steel ball of diameter D is pressed for about 10 to 15 seconds into the surface of the specimen by gradually applied load P. The diameter of the indentation is measured after the load and ball are removed. The impression of the steel ball, that is indenter, so obtained is measured to nearest 0.2 mm with the help of microscope. For curved surfaces where the radius of curvature is not less than 25 mm, diameter of the impression is taken as the average of maximum and minimum diameter. The surface on which the impression is to be taken should be parallel to the bottom surfaces so as to obtain circular impressions. If this is not perfectly so, the impressions are slightly elliptical. For elliptical impressions, two measurements should be taken, one on the major axis and other on the minor axis. The mean value should be used in the Brinell hardness number equation. This is Brinell hardness tester. Let us discuss the procedure for testing of the hardness of sample. This is Brinell hardness tester: hand wheel, elevating screw, test table, test piece, indenter, indenter holder, indentating lamp, hanger with loads, time, setting scale, electric cable and two electric circuit. Place the test sample on the top of the test table and raise it with the elevating screw till the test sample just touches the ball. Next, apply the desired load about 30 into diameter of the ball in millimeter, either mechanically or by oil pressure. Next, the steel ball during this period moves to the position of the sample and makes an impression or indentation. Last, measure the indentation diameter at two places, either on the screen provided with the machine or by coinciding the 2 points of a reading microscope. Steel ball used in Brinell hardness testing should be polished and free from surface defects. For testing steel and cast iron, 3000 kg load is applied, whereas a load of 500 kg is used for brass and soft alloys. The thickness of the specimen should be 10 into depth of indentation. The duration of time for Brinell hardness test is between 10 to 30 seconds, which depends upon the metal being tested. This is the procedure for testing of hardness of sample. I have already told. Next, how to find out the Brinell hardness number. Brinell hardness number is the ratio of applied load in kilogram and area of impression or indentation of steel ball in meter square. Brinell hardness number is equal to P by pi capital D by 2 in third bracket D minus root over of capital D square minus small d square, where P is the test load, D is the diameter of the ball in millimeters, small d is the average impression diameter of indentation. The Brinell number or Brinell hardness number is this one. What are the main advantages of Brinell hardness number? Different loads are used to cover a wide range of hardness of commercial metals. Brinell hardness test is less influenced by surface scratches and roughness than other hardness tests. A wide range of test forces and ball sizes to suit every application. Easy to operate the testing equipment. What are the main limitations of Brinell hardness test? The test has limitations on small specimens or in critically stressed parts where indentation could be a possible site of failure. Error in Brinell hardness measurements occur in measuring the diameter of the impression. Indentation develops the residual stresses. Surface accuracy is needed for testing the metals. This is all about Brinell hardness testing. Next, let us discuss Rockwell hardness test. This is the most widely used hardness test. Its widespread use is due to its speed, freedom from personal error, ability to distinguish small hardness differences in hardened steel and the small size of the indentation, so that finished heat-treated parts can be tested without damage. The Rockwell hardness test is very similar to the Brinell test, but in this case, the machine measures the depth of impression rather than the diameter. The measurement is read on the dial of a micrometer depth gauge which is connected to the indenter. No microscope is used in Rockwell hardness test. The dial is divided into 100 divisions which are numbered backwards so that the greater the depth, the less the reading. The depth of impression is so calibrated as to read the Rockwell hardness number directly on the dial. Major loads of 60, 100 and 150 kg are used. A 120 degree diamond cone with a slightly rounded point called a Brinell indenter and 1/16 and 1/8 inch diameter steel balls are generally used as indenters. The hardness number is expressed by the symbol capital H, capital R and the scale designation. A Rockwell hardness number without the letter prefix is meaningless. There are 30 different scales. The majority of applications are covered by the Rockwell C and B scales for testing steel, brass and other metals. A scale, B scale and C scale. In A scale, diamond penetrator 60 kg major load which is usable for materials from annealed brass to cemented carbides. In B scale, 1/16 inch diameter steel ball and a 100 kg major load suffer materials are usually tested. The range of this scale is from R suffix B0 to R suffix B100. In C scale, 120 degree diamond cone indenter and a 150 kg major load hardened steel is tested. The useful range for this scale is from about R suffix C20 to R suffix C70. This is all about A scale, B scale and C scale. Diamond cone Brinell load 60 kg R scale is used. For 100 kg RD scale is used. For 150 kg R suffix C scale is used. A steel ball of 1/16 inch diameter. In this case, for load 60 kg R suffix F scale is used. For 100 kg R suffix B scale is used. For 150 kg R suffix G scale is used. And a steel ball of 1/8 inch diameter for load 100 kg R suffix E scale is generally used. The indenter used in this Rockwell hardness machine is either a hardened steel ball or a carefully ground diamond cone. Two sizes of balls are generally used, 1.5 and 3 mm. The diamond cone is ground to an angle of 120 degree. Smaller loads are used in the Rockwell as compared to those used in the Brinell test, and the impressions produced are also smaller. This is all about Rockwell scales. Let us discuss the procedure for measuring the hardness by Rockwell hardness tester. In performing Rockwell test, the perfectly flat specimen is supported by the anvil of the machine, which is raised upward by a jack screw until the specimen comes in contact with the indenter. A small load called the minor load of 10 kg is applied by raising the anvil further up to a definite position on the dial gauge. The final or major load is then applied by releasing a system of levers which forces the indenter down into the surface of the specimen. Before the reading of the gauge is taken, the major load is removed, leaving the indenter in the new position but only under the minor load of 10 kg. The Rockwell hardness numbers are purely arbitrary, whereas the Brinell and Vickers hardness designations have the units of kilograms per square millimeter. The Rockwell hardness number is dependent upon the load and the indenter used. It is therefore necessary to specify the combination employed. This is done by prefixing the hardness number with a letter indicating the particular combination of the load and indenter employed. The different combinations of load and indenter are called various scales of this Rockwell hardness. So in this type of test, depth of indentation at a constant load is taken as the measure of hardness. A minor load of 10 kg is first applied for good contact between the indenter and the sample surface. The major load is then applied and the depth of indentation is recorded on a dial gauge in terms of arbitrary number. The dial consists of 100 divisions, each division representing a penetration depth of 0.002 mm. This is all about Rockwell hardness tester and the procedure of measuring the hardness by using Rockwell hardness tester. What are the main advantages of Rockwell hardness tester? It has the ability to distinguish small hardness differences in hardened steel. Finished heat-treated parts can be tested without damage because of the small size of the indentation. Rockwell test is the only one that allows direct reading of the hardness value without need of optical reading, more accurate than other types of hardness testing methods. The Rockwell test method is used on all metals. These are the main advantages of Rockwell hardness tester. What are the main limitations? Sample must be 10 times thicker than the indentation depth. Sample usually should be at least 1 by 8 inch thick. Test is more accurate if the Rockwell hardness is between 0 and 100. Adjust scale to achieve this. For steel capital HRA greater than 60, use HRC scale, and if HRA less than 60, then use HRB scale. Need 3 tests minimum to avoid inaccuracies due to impurities, hard spots. Quality of indenter influences the test results more. And what are the main disadvantages? Destructive, non-portable, and initial cost is very high in case of Rockwell hardness tester. This is all about Rockwell hardness tester and what are the main advantages and limitations of Rockwell hardness tester. Next, let us discuss Vickers hardness test. This is similar to Brinell hardness test, but in this method the drawback of the flattening of the steel ball in testing harder materials is eliminated. It uses a similar relationship and most of the errors and limitations of Brinell hardness test are eliminated. In this method of hardness, testing a diamond square based pyramid indenter with 136-degree angle between opposite phases is used. The load varies from 5 kg to 120 kg in increments of 5 kg. Similar to Brinell and Rockwell hardness measuring methods, this method also uses the indentation produced by the indenter, that is diamond pyramid, The indenter gives geometrically similar impressions under different loads. A piston and a dashpot of oil is used for controlling the rate and duration of loading. The specimen is placed on the anvil, which is then raised to indenter. Load is applied and then removed. The value of Vickers hardness can be obtained by, that is, Vickers pyramid number equal to diamond pyramid number will be equal to load applied in kilogram by area of indentation in millimeter square. Let P is the load applied and small d is the average length of two diagonals in millimeter, and theta is the angle opposite faces of diamond pyramid, that is 136 degree. Then Vickers pyramid number or diamond pyramid number will be equal to 2p sin theta by 2 by capital L square. The included angle between the opposite faces of the pyramid is 136 degree. A perfect indentation made with a perfect diamond pyramid indenter would be a square. This method is used for determination of hardness of very thin and very hard materials. This method also facilitates the ease of measurement of a diagonal of the indentation area as compared to circular dimensions, which are difficult to measure. This method is rapid, accurate and suitable for metals as thin as 0.15 mm. The indenter is capable of giving geometrically similar impression with different loads. Obviously, the hardness number is independent of the loads applied. Some values of Vickers pyramid number are: for material diamond, Vickers pyramid number is 8400 kg per millimeter square, for steel 210 kg per millimeter square, for aluminium 22 kg per millimeter square, for lead 12 kg per millimeter square, and for tungsten carbide 2100 kg per millimeter square. These are the typical values of Vickers pyramid number. This is all about Vickers hardness test. Next, let us discuss what are the main advantages of Vickers hardness test. Constant hardness value for homogeneous materials regardless of the size of load applied. It is suitable for testing small parts, thin plates, metal foils, electroplated layers and non-metallic materials such as glass. It can be used for extremely soft and hard materials. The test is accurate and reliable. The procedure covers the entire hardness range. There is only one type of indenter which can be used for all Vickers methods. This is all about advantages of Vickers hardness tester. Next, what are the basic limitations of Vickers hardness test? The test location must be prepared, ground or polished, otherwise precise evaluation is difficult. The process is rather slow compared with the Rockwell method. The test cycle takes somewhere between 30 and 60 seconds, not including the time taken to prepare the specimen. Allows greater chance for personal error in the determination of the diagonal length. What are the main disadvantages of Vickers hardness test? The main drawback of the Vickers test is the need to optically measure the indent size. This requires that the test point be highly finished to be able to see the indent well enough to make an accurate measurement. Slow testing can take 30 seconds, not counting the sample preparation time. This is all about Vickers hardness test. These are all about hardness and hardness testing procedures. If you want to get more videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.